is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings and Durango Guitar Works. Custom powder coating, custom guitar. Make sure to check them out. Links in the description down below. We are here wrapping up, we want to call it Salt Lake City 7
or
round 17, the 2020 Monster Energy Supercross series. We're wrapping it all up here. Before we get started, paperwork stuff. Were you Twitter fingering this weekend?
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah.
Follow us on the Twitter. Follow us on the Facebook. Follow us on the Instagram. We got Max dropping heat on the Instagram all the time with the amateur videos. We've got Cole tweeting. I'm running the Facebook and the YouTube channel, I guess we'll call it.
Collaborative effort.
It's a whole team effort here that none of us really talk that much, or it's totally fine. Anyway,
team effort. Justin's here.
Yeah. Justin is actually scared of the beatdown I'm going to put on him today about how horrible he is at this job. Because we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover here. The championships in the 250s were completely crazy. The 450 was whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty much wrapped like going in.
Yeah, pretty much. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. We have some very big things coming down the pipes. Were you in the group chat the other day when I told you what I was doing for next year for the fantasy league? Because that was a pretty big deal.
I was, and I was really upset that I was going to quit the show so I could win the prize.
we have a really big announcement for Supercross fantasy. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm doing Supercross or I'm doing the whole year for that one. Anyway,
I don't know.
Big
Either
announcements
or,
are coming down the pipe.
First off, thank you all the people that did play. We had a pretty solid group of guys. What did we have, over 50?
Yeah, we had 79.
Really?
79.
So that's a really solid group in Pulp MX Fantasy, and I really shit the bed the last two rounds. I sent it, so.
What were your scores?
Oh, I don't know. I had two dudes that weren't in this week. The week before, I sent it with all 10 plus handicaps. It was second to last round. I had to go for it. So.
Yeah, I scored I think 145 in round 6, and I think I scored 175 or something like that, 179, something like that last night.
I mean, there wasn't anything on the line anymore since Matt got soft and quit.
Yeah, so. I was just trying to catch you. That didn't work. So. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, make sure to play that. If you are in the top 3, make sure to email me at the Moto Aftermath Show at gmail.com with your username, how many points you scored, tell me something else about yourself so that way I know it's you, I guess. And and then I will get your prizes out to you for the top 3. It's a mystery, so just email me and I'll send something to you.
One season though. I don't even want to talk about the last round of fantasy.
Oh man, hey, so as far as the fantasy goes, the only thing I want to talk about is number 1, Hunter Lawrence didn't make it for me, so
that was him. And Pierce Brown was in the Brown.
Well, that was a big deal for me. Other than that, I was okay on 250s. But in 450s, I was so nervous because I had A-Ray and Gardner. And Gardner.
Oh, I went Gardner last week. The bed for me.
Oh man, pull shots and wins that.
Last week so we'll just step back to last week. Norin at a 16.
Last week you mean Wednesday?
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
I know we're losing track.
We know what last week means. I had Norin, I had Gardner, and I had who else? Somebody else was a 10 plus, and Gardner was the only one that didn't make it. Oh, Cunningham. They were all 10 plus handicaps. I would have been doing pretty sweet, but yeah.
I had the 72s. He didn't make it for me on Wednesday. That was
the Suzuki's were struggling yesterday. Every single one of them.
Struggle bus was hard. Did you hear about Amar almost not making that?
HEP dude all wadded it.
Well, Amar's bike wouldn't start yesterday, so they bump started it for the last practice for him to go out there. I don't know. It was a mess for Suzuki's.
Yeah.
But yes.
But Brock Tickle held it together for him.
Yeah. But anyway, so thanks everybody for playing fantasy. Thanks everybody who watches the show. Like I said, sign up for the Pulp Fantasy. We'll be doing stuff for outdoors too, or we'll be giving away some minor prizes. But then we have some big prize ideas coming for 2021 here.
I mean, it was so sweet that I wanted to quit the show so I could win it.
You're still not winning
because I'm gonna drop a little hint here.
Oh boy, don't do this.
You can't get them anywhere right now.
That's also true. That is also true. Anyway, so What did we have any thoughts on the track here before we get into the actual racing aspect of it?
Yesterday's track looked miserable.
It looked absolutely horrible. It was just hard, slick, dusty.
I mean, like design-wise, I thought it was pretty technical and good.
Yep.
But dirt-wise, wow, that looked terrible.
It did. It was absolutely horrible. The Wednesday night race didn't look too bad. That was okay.
No,
but the Wednesday night wonder winning.
Practice looked good.
Yep.
I don't like the Wednesday night wonder thing. I think that's dust, like the track.
I mean, he won every Wednesday race, so I mean, how are you gonna argue
That's
it?
a dusty name.
The Wednesday night wonder. It's a Ralph name, dude.
Whatever.
It's like a band, you know.
Whatever.
And we all know Ralph likes bands.
Whatever.
So, all right, cool.
Whatever, dude.
So that's basically everything we have here as far as fantasy and stuff goes. Like I said, thanks for playing. Make sure to sign up to play the outdoors and for next year because it's going to be tight. And team tight, bro.
It's going to be tight.
Team tight. Anyway, yeah, we'll jump into, are we doing 250s or 450s first? Which one do you want to do?
I think let's do 450s first.
Okay.
250s the juicy stuff, so stick around for that.
So we'll take a short break. We'll jump back in here with 450s. See you in a sec. Okay, 450s.
Not really a ton to talk about.
Not
really.
a whole lot. We just went over this, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean.
So Eli Tomac finally gets the monkey off his back. Let's just start there. Finally. We nail one down. And I heard in the press conference he must have said it 20 times about how much of a relief it was to finally get one.
I think he retires.
After next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear about his trophy falling apart?
No.
I guess he picked the trophy up on the podium there, and the piece fell off, and Kenny picked it up, handed it back to him, and I was like, man, is that some foreshadowing shit there? 2021, baby.
I don't know. But we pretty much knew that all he had to do was finish, and
19th or better.
it was going to take something really crazy to happen for him not to finish, so he pretty much wrapped it up.
And there wasn't anything crazy because Webb was down in the first corner.
And he just mailed it in. After Webb went down in the first corner, he mailed it in. He was whatever.
Kenny crashed 3 corners in.
He mailed it in.
He was done too. Yep. So, I mean.
Really interesting stats, I thought, though, on the Tomac deal. The oldest to win a
championship first. Yep.
And the only championship winner with a kid.
Yep.
I thought that was really
super interesting. Yeah.
And Father's Day, so that's pretty cool with him. Pretty cool day all around for Tomac.
He was pumped. He was showing some emotion there. He was very pumped to finally get that one.
After last week, how pissed he was, or last round, I guess you could say, how upset he was that he didn't catch Webb. You could really see. I don't know if you caught at the end of that. He parked in the middle of the line, after the race. Guys were trying to ride around that thing. And he parked right in the middle of it, all pissed off, so Osborne ran into it.
Yeah, I did see that,
and they were going at it in the back. He's like, dude, chill down.
Yeah,
Osborne was like,
sorry,
chill down,
bro.
dude.
Yes, I did see that. So, does this legitimize Tomac's career at this point then? I mean, you got to figure he's 4th all time on the wins list?
Yeah, I say it does. But it's just
because if
it's just like a Stewart career, how many titles could he have had?
Yep.
You know?
Yes.
So we'll always talk about him shoulda, coulda, woulda. But this completes, a circle of championships that not a lot of guys have. So.
Yeah, I mean, you figure chances are pretty high he's going to get the outdoor title, right?
Pretty high unless Webb figures it out.
Yeah, so chances are pretty high he's going to get the outdoor title. So that's going to be a 4-time outdoor title.
4
one
in a row,
Supercross,
too.
Yeah, 1 Supercross. So he's probably minimally going to be a 5-time champion.
Yeah.
With all these wins here, possibly 6 or 7. But man, I don't.
Boatloads of money, all those wins. If you figure 150 grand a win.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think the chances are he repeats next year?
I don't think so.
You think? You
Not
don't
with
think
Webb
he
doing what
figures,
he did.
I don't know either, man. Webb is good.
He's the next guy. He's the next guy.
Yes.
But we start talking about next year too. We can talk about this in the preview shows and stuff like that. But I always like to talk about the guy coming through the pack. Tomac did a really good job of coming through the pack. But next year, you're going to throw in a guy like Sexton. He's going to have to pass, which will probably be pretty easy. And then you have a guy like Ferrandis, which won't be as easy.
No.
And Osborne back to form. He's not going to be easy. So, no, this I'm not a huge Tomac guy. Everybody kind of knows that. But you got to give credit where credit is due. He finally did it, and he did it in a way that was really similar to how Webb did it last year. Everything went his way.
Yeah, when it's your year, it's your year.
It was 100% his year. Yeah, he did it, man. That's all we can really say. I mean, yeah, the only other thing we could really talk about from the last couple rounds that was pretty interesting was, I mean, you guys probably touched on it on the last show, but the Webb brake check in the corner.
That was, yeah, we did touch on that on the last show. I mean, if there's anywhere you can pull a move like that, that was the spot.
That was the spot. It was going to ruin a bike. Somebody was going to run over it, but
it didn't quite work. So,
no. And I believe Webb could have beat Roxon, but he was just kind of hanging out there, kind of baiting Tomac, like, "Hey, come up here and play with me. Come up here and play with me."
Well,
didn't, and then dropped the hammer and caught
Roxon. He said in his thing that in his interview after that race that he just waited too long because he expected the fade out of Kenny, and then when he didn't get it,
he was expecting the fade and he was waiting on Tomac. Like, he just didn't play it right, I don't think, which is whatever. The cash still checked.
Sure.
Out, you know. So.
Okay, so also with this last race here, your Wolfgang.
Oh, the Wolfgang was
the Wolfgang was hard on it.
They were barking.
Top three, but it was
no Loctite on the seat.
Well,
I'm a little bummed that Ando
Osborne's number plate fell off.
I've had that happen, so mine same one fell off.
It was
I haven't had a seat come off yet though, but I will say the steel frame vibrates a lot more, and you got to be up at a lot more on the bolts. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt. But if you're at that level, your shit shouldn't be falling apart.
Yeah. So let's talk about Anderson for a second, though. He has not won a race since his 2018 title,
and he almost had it. But he ripped his butt cheeks apart.
Is he? I mean, I just keep looking at that title as just like I mean, I guess you don't luck into one, but as
he
lucky
won a
as
few races that year.
He won 4.
How many Roxon won this year? 4
or 5.
Yeah. See,
I mean,
pretty elite.
But I'm just saying. But Roxon won 4 or 5 this year, and he didn't win any last year. I don't know, man. I just feel like they're like you look at him and he is fast and he is a top 5 dude all the time. But as far as a race winner,
he has weird luck
like,
and can't start and all that stuff. He didn't start out front one time this year.
Well, that's true too. So
and the one time he was out front and pulling away,
red flag. Yep. But Zach pulls off the first one.
And he looked like he was catching Anderson, and Anderson dropped another gear, pulled away a little bit, and then the seat comes off.
Then the seat came off, and the seat came off, it all came undone. And I just want to say, suck it, Justin, because Zach won a race before Savachi, so you can just lick on it.
Here we go.
That's why
on default.
This is part of the reason.
I will back Justin up on this a little bit, but Savachi didn't even race all year.
Hey, if you want to pull a Justin, I mean, you could just be like, bro, this is just what happens. You got to be in it to do it, you know? I mean, and Zach was there. Zach was in it. Savachi wasn't. So, but my boy Zach.
But Zach, it really was impressive. I don't know why I'm talking to you like you're here.
Zach watches the show.
Yeah, hey Zach, thanks for watching. But
he's an avid viewer.
I bet. No, after breaking his back and being pretty muffed up during the break, he came out swinging for the second little half here.
I listened to the review this morning, and they called him, and he said he almost didn't come to these races. He said
take a step back here. How about that crash in practice?
Oh my God, dude!
So we're kind of overshadowing that ride, like not even talking about that crash.
That crash was ridiculous. Did you notice?
And he got up right away, like he knew something was wrong.
Well, he said that bar or the grip like wrapped in his skin and like ripped him, and he thought like
Something
instantly
internal.
went nauseous. That's why he like got up and he's like, I need a doctor. I gotta have a doctor.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a wild. Did you notice it was who else was it in the 2 videos? Was it Pierce Brown crashed at the end? Did you notice how the bikes would just like stop? There was like a force field at the end of those wheels.
Yeah,
if you started crashing, you were just whoop, and they stopped right there. But
Berm
dude,
and shooting backwards. Yeah.
Man, that was wild, that crash, because his bike just was like full bore.
That handlebar just stopped.
Yep. So that was crazy.
I don't know, gutsy ride, pun intended.
And he made it happen.
He made it happen.
And he did.
Dino
and he
out front for a little bit.
Dude. Dino.
Probably really good for Dino's confidence and what he's got going on.
Let me ask you this,
really bummed about how he rides, I guess.
They talked about this a little bit in the pulp review. This is like ideal situation for Dino to win a race.
And he didn't
do it.
Yeah.
So do you think he's really race-winning dude, or is he just a 5 to 10th place guy?
I think he is just a 5 to 10 guy.
And he
can act however he wants on social media, like, oh, I can win, I know I can.
Yeah.
Then he should have won right there, you know.
I was gonna say, I mean,
Osborne and Anderson, both guys he rides with often.
Yeah.
Gapped him.
And Ando has problems, and Osborne just legitimately, beat the crap out of you.
No, I agree with that. I would say just collect your paycheck and be the second tier guy, you know.
I mean, I like Dino.
I like what he does.
He's fast, but he's just not a race-winning pace guy.
If he was gonna win a race, that was the one.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Dino, I settle into the okay. Let's have a bunch of fun. Let's get our social media on point, like he has anyway.
The Anderson route.
Yeah, I mean,
Anderson's like, I got a title. Let's just chill now.
And do this till you're 35 and make a whole bunch of money. So at 35 you can retire and do whatever you want. I mean, that would be probably the route I would settle into at this point, because like I said, they made a good point on Paul. He basically needs a race where Webb, Roxon, and Tomac are not in it, which he had. He got a good start. He was up front, and he should have. Yeah. If he was going to be that guy and do it, he should have done it there, and he didn't. So, anything else? 450s? Because I don't really have a lot else.
No, there really wasn't a ton. Kenny and Webb just kind of they wrote it in. I think it's really going to be interesting next year outdoors, and kind of with Kenny. I think he's going to react a lot differently to having the child.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that's going to affect him, if it's going to motivate him, if it's going to make him take a step back. But I think that's really going to be an interesting off-track thing that is going to affect his program.
Yeah, it's true. We'll have to see. I mean, Tomac, it doesn't seem to have affected really.
I think it made him better.
Okay.
Look at this season.
Yeah, but he didn't have the kid until like midway through. When's
yeah,
Kenny's
but
kid
he had the kid, and then he's got a whole second half of the year.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
And he put it together, so.
All right. Well,
hot take, interesting take, maybe.
It's interesting thoughts.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Well, let's take one more quick break here. We'll come back 250s,
That's
and then we'll wrap the whole
here.
show and wrap the Supercross season in general. So, we'll be right back. Anyway, okay, 250s. Man, should we just start with the heat races, because that was wild.
There were some wild heat races there.
So,
who went first, West or East?
East went first, okay. Which we had.
After got out front, doing his job.
Yep, did his job, won that heat, and then we had the Sexton Nichols thing. So let me ask you this.
Are you with Ricky, or are you?
Okay, so there is
I'm kind of with Ricky on this.
What was Ricky's take? Because I don't remember.
Ricky's take was it was Sexton's fault.
It was Sexton's fault
because he tried that move the lap before.
But in defense, Weege pointed out on the review show today, Sexton had done that move like a lap or two before, passing somebody else, and made it happen, no problem. The thing was that Nichols. I mean,
Nichols knew from him making the attempt the lap before.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say: is that it was a divided blame pie. I'm not gonna go with percentages because
50,
I don't really know.
50-50.
I mean, yeah, I guess because Nichols cross jumps over like that. I have a buddy that's at Nichols.
No,
he's like, dude, you're so fucking stupid for cross jumping like that. But in Nichols' defense, that was the fucking line.
Double to the inside, and like guys have been doing that.
To go through that 90, double the inside, fade out, and
guys
hit that triple.
Doing that line, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sexton was impatient. I'll 100% agree with that. That was impatience and trying to get to the front, and it's like, what the f are you doing? It's a heat race. You're in qualifying position. You got a start, which we can talk about Sexton's start. Yeah. So now Nichols has a broken arm. Sexton's lucky nothing happened to him, and he still qualified. Yep. It's just, it was ridiculous.
Speaking of starts, what in the F in the main, dude? That empty gate next to Sexton?
We'll get into that.
What?
We'll get into that when we get into the main.
You don't put Frenchie there? Like,
we'll get into that when we get into the main here, the main talk. Okay, so let's keep going with this So Sexton would have won that heat had he not made that dumb move, right?
Now you think he's catching Shane?
He made up 7 seconds in 2 laps, and he had 2 to go.
Yeah.
He'd have won that main. He was head and shoulders faster than Shane all day.
Yeah.
In qualifying.
He proved that in the main.
I mean, did you see my text during qualifying? When he was the only guy in the East to put it into the 48?
Yeah, and then he made himself look like a dick on the interview.
I mean, I don't... Whatever.
Oh, Shane trying to take me out in the start. Yeah, right, bud.
Okay, first off, let's go back. We can rewind even farther back. Let's go back to that these practice starts are fucking stupid.
I kind of like them, but I kind of don't. I like them for the fact that the guys can...
I mean, you get a chance to jump off the gate.
A start's a really important piece of the puzzle.
But if you're a championship dude on championship day, what the fuck are you doing,
Just
Shane?
sit back a little bit.
I was going to say, you could even shut off halfway down the straight there and just let them take it. And then he gets up like he's pissed off at Brown. I'm like, you fucking idiot. What? Brown got squeezed off into him.
Yeah, by Sexton.
But still,
and then
whatever.
Sexton has the balls to say Shane was trying to take me out and play games.
every fast lap, which he might have been. I don't know. We get to see so much action during qualifying that I don't really know. But it was just...
Well, newsflash, Chase Sexton. The mental game is part of it.
The mental game is part of it. And you better get used to it.
You better get used to it if you're going up
class,
against Webb.
Yeah, and Webb openly admits, I'm trying to screw with these guys. So, you're screwed, dude, if you let this mental crap get to you. Okay, so we have the practice incident. Then we have the heat race incident, which was dumb. And like I said, I think Sexton would have won that heat hands down. He was multiple seconds a lap faster than those guys. And then we get into the 250 West. And here we are again. We have...
Ferrandis on the ground.
Man, not that big. Fuck, I suck at this. Hold on. Time out. Okay, there we are. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we're back. Sorry. Anyway, so now we're into the 250 West. Oldenburg gets the whole shot. Frenchie is down in the second corner. Gets Hartranft comes in there, leans in a little too hard. Real hot. And takes Frenchie out. Frenchie basically gets run over, can't get his bike off Hartranft's bike, and man, he tried to come back, but only managed 10th place there.
And that's where I started thinking. I was like, they just said Nichols is out. Like, how does that work? Does he's the first guy out? Do they give up the spot to the star guy? Like, how does it work? And obviously, I mean, just the next guy, I guess, just leave an empty gate.
I mean, dude,
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, somebody should have been in that spot, like, don't you think?
AMA never change. That's all I got to say.
Well, I mean, in outdoors, if somebody doesn't line up, there's always an alternate guy sitting there.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, dude, and then can we talk about in that heat, Fortner taking Mosman out, or why?
Yeah,
or whatever?
what the hell?
He's so dumb.
But Fortner,
he's so dumb.
He's an idiot. Fortner, he ran it in hard on Mosman anyway.
Yeah.
And was like trying to, I don't know, send a message to Mosman for some reason.
I don't know.
And then Mosman passes both of them clean and he boots him.
Yeah.
Not making, like, on championship night, that's not a good move to make.
He's so dumb.
Not a good idea on championship night. So
I mean,
you got the Lawrence brothers that want
to get you.
Want to get in. Now you got Mosman that wants to get you.
You got Whackers as your only teammate there, who, you know, we'll talk about him when we get into the main event here, because we got a lot more to go. And then so Justin Cooper wins that heat, and I kind of started thinking, like, is Cooper gonna like somehow last second here, like win this shootout and win this title? But then we get into the main. Well, first off, let's go to LCQ. Hunter Lawrence doesn't qualify.
LCQ was like a whole nother heat race.
Oh, dude. If you were in the LCQ and you weren't a factory dude, just go back to the van, call it a day. Because, I mean, you've got Amart,
you got the champ in it,
Frenchie, Lawrence. I mean,
like Lawrence and Pierce Brown. Everybody's on the Brown train, and Jace Owen squeaks in.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Rad for Jason.
Yeah, it was. But Hunter Lawrence didn't qualify, so that was a mess.
Yeah, my fantasy picks loved it.
Okay, and now we get into the 250 main event. And so we get that first gate drop, and man, it is...
Shane's out front doing his job.
Fortner's in second doing his job. And basically, we have those two.
We
are the
have
champs. A point swing for both of them.
We have a point swing for both of them, and we got Frenchie coming through the pack to at least get close enough to win a title. It was a good scenario.
Yep. I mean, I wasn't really fearful at that point there of
Sexton losing his title?
Of either of them. Because I'm like, dude, they're going to come up. I think they had like one spot on each. So I'm like, as long as Forkner doesn't get... I mean, basically, even if Forkner gets him, then Frenchie and Sexton could switch, and they would still both get their titles. Because it was like, one had to get third, one had to get fourth. Both those other guys had to win. I mean, the way it was working out, it was like, it was still going to be all right, because I figured they would both, if Chase didn't get up there, because Chase was so fast all day. Yeah. And then Forkner torpedoes himself.
Yeah, he...
And let me show you...
I think that was...
No, hold on.
Oh, boy.
Let me show you my big shocked face.
Here we go.
This is what he does. This is who he is.
In my head, he sees Shane out front. He knows the other guys are back a ways. It's go time. He rushed it. Made a mental error trying too hard, you know.
So what do you call the other 27 times he's gone down this year?
I will have you hold up on that. I saw him go down the first couple rounds, and then he really got his shit together.
Okay,
name the last 4 or 5 rounds where he was on the ground.
I don't know, man. It's been longer than an off season.
How many times was he on the ground in practice this year as compared to last year?
He's been on the ground a lot again this year. Here's the thing. We get this is just like I said in the group chat last night.
Down in the whoops.
He has 2 good.
And he was fine, and he didn't eat shit in practice like he always did. He did first round he went down, and then the third round he went down. No, first and second round he went down, and then he was good.
This is what he is, dude. Justin can say everything he wants to about him. This is what he is. He is super fast and he hits the deck. He's fucking A-Ray.
No, he's AC.
Whatever, same difference. He's super fast and he hits the deck. That's the way it is. He's going to be like Shane. He's going to go to the 450 class with no titles because he can't stay off the ground.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean,
it's going to be interesting.
Dude.
I mean, he can still be in the 250 class he can go Marty style.
Oh yeah, he's got a while to go.
He's fine, but he really needs to figure it out because I think Jet Lawrence is going to be an issue for him.
Jet Lawrence can be a huge issue for him. I mean, and this is
depending on what coast they're on.
What is this? His third year? His third year.
Or fourth, maybe.
You're in a shootout. You know your job is to win this race, and then whatever else happens for your title chance.
That's what he was trying to do.
You're not even 2 laps in. I mean, your third year, you're rushing it. I mean, dude, it's like Sexton's heat race thing. What the fuck are you doing? You're not even 3 laps in. The only guy ahead of you, who you can see, is from the other coast. And your other dude, you have no idea where he's at, but he's not right behind you. So, what are you doing?
Yeah.
To torpedo yourself. Now he's going to be out for outdoors again.
Gnarly accident. Gnarly crash.
Super gnarly.
Super gnarly crash. One of the hot takes I was sitting there, and I was like, Shane's out front doing what he does. What's going to happen to Sexton? And he wads it up. I'm like, God, please don't be a red flag. Sure enough.
Dude, I know. I saw that, and I was like, oh, he's not moving very well.
He's not moving. And then I saw, while I was Twitter fingering, somebody tweeted it, made me laugh. It was, real baller move if Forkner gets up, plays dead for a while to get the red flag out.
Pulls a Jim Holly. Just stay down. Just stay down. They'll throw the red flag. And
But the other thing, too, is I think that one really did hurt him. But we've seen in the past with Forkner hits the ground, he makes a big, big deal out of him being on the ground. Like, it's super gnarly. But that one was super gnarly.
It was pretty gnarly. But the other thing, too, he was the only one all day to hit the deck on that fucking obstacle.
Right.
Like, okay, so now we can let's talk about the gate that was magically open next to Sexton. First off, there was this gate just magically open, and no one seems to know why.
I don't know why anybody didn't take it.
They didn't see it. Literally, someone asked Frenchie in the press conference. He didn't know. Mathis said he texted Will. Will said they didn't fucking know there was an empty gate.
So who'd Geico have standing there, you know?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like there had to be somebody standing there,
some kind of
dilly-dallying.
Some kind of tactic going.
But here's the thing. It still didn't help for shit. Chase's starts were junk all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Well, I wanted Ferrandis to have that gate because in the LCQ he just tucked to the inside and was gone.
Yeah. So, but we get the red flag, we restart.
And at that point, look at that giant ass spider.
Yep, that's a big daddy long legs there.
Anyway, at that point, Ferran just has it wrapped. He can just cruise.
Frenchie has it wrapped. Sexton's right there. I mean, they were in the top 5 at that point, basically. Yep. So that was pretty good. Jet hole shots. Dude, that battle with Mosman, Jet, and McAdoo was insane.
That was good. Good racing.
First off, McAdoo just trying to torpedo people.
Aggressive, dude. I like it, though. I like it.
I heard after the race, though, he was not in good shape. I heard he was, like, suffering from a heat stroke or something like that. Like, he was, so, but, dude, it was fucking wild. Absolutely wild.
What Jet went down, right?
Jet went down.
Jet went down trying to hit McAdoo.
Yep.
Right?
And then, can we talk about bunching again?
Who?
Bunching.
I mean, that deal? That's what McElrath was trying to do.
So you have Chase gets around. Let me make sure I got this. So Sexton passes Shane, and then Shane stays right on him. So Sexton's like, "All right, dude, you're not gonna take me out." Just slows up and lets Shane go by, and so then Shane leads for a few laps. And my girlfriend was like, "What the hell is he doing?" I'm like, "Dude, if Shane's behind him, Shane can take him out. But if he's behind Shane, he just cruises there. He wins the title. Like, this is easy for him."
Mm-hmm.
So then Shane slows up. And when Shane slowed up, Sexton was like, "All right, cool. We're done playing this game. I'm going to go."
Yeah. And he dropped the hammer.
Shane had nothing for him. Sexton looked like he did all day. He was the fastest dude on the track. Contrary to everything everyone was saying about the West Coast.
That was kind of a dick swinging move.
It was. I mean, dude, we said that the West was way better, and then you have the East Coast guys are 1-2.
Right. But
so
I don't know. There are a lot of different factors going on.
There are, but still, man. I mean, dude, even in that first one, though, before the red flag, I mean, Shane's leading.
Yeah.
And I don't see Fortner just. I mean, he's fast, but man, that would have been tough.
It looked like something's going on with McElrath's fitness. Like, toward the end of the race, he's just drunk.
I mean, maybe he just decided, like, fuck, I'm 4 seconds back. Like, I guess this is over. I'm not going to catch him at this point.
Maybe. But hang on, breaking news on this, though. Star protested Geico.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
is that a bitch move on Star's part?
Didn't they do this last time they lost a title that was close to?
In my opinion, if they all started having a protest battle, every single one of them was cheating.
I was gonna say you're gonna protest.
If they really want to get down and dirty, protest each other and see what happens.
I'm gonna say you're gonna protest their fuel. Let's take apart your motor and see what's in there because those Star bikes are way too effing good.
Oh yeah, we're good. Bring the pro circuit bikes into the impound lot. You know?
Let's get
every single one of them's got something illegal. Like, come on, let's be real.
So I don't know the protest. I think it's just a bitch.
It's a really loose sport. You can get away with you can do a lot of rule bending.
In my opinion, it should be like the GPs. Run what you brung.
Yeah.
Just wide open.
Run what you brung.
Let's see
what
we got.
If a privateer's got the fucking money, let him buy the shit.
Or we make a full privateer class. We have the 250 and the 450 are the classes, and the privateers are
some kind of step-up class or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a bunch.
We could do a whole show on talking about that stuff.
Yeah. But. So anyway,
Chase gets it done.
Wins the title. Wins the race.
He had some red flag help.
He did, but
2 rounds.
Dude, as fast as he was all day, though, I have a hard time believing he doesn't at least podium that race.
Yeah.
Even without the red flag. Like, I don't see him not podium that race.
Yeah.
McElrath second. McElrath's going 450 without a title now. He isn't winning outdoors.
With a ride?
Huh?
With a ride, too?
Dude, that's the thing I don't know.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he's going 450. We have not heard anything.
I've heard rumors of a Star 450 team.
I have too, because I heard that the old Yamaha truck has been at the Star facility. But then I've heard not, and I don't know.
So,
I don't have any idea
if Shane needs a 450 ride, maybe they'll move him up. Maybe this whole Ferrandis deal, it's going to be those two on 450s.
I've heard Shane's going to Rocky Mountain KTM too, though. So
I don't know. Silly season's going to be good.
Silly season's going to be really good. But yeah, I really don't know where he lands. Frenchie, I think, is going to...
I think they said Yamaha right on the broadcast.
They did, but man, I've heard harder rumors that he's at KTM.
I don't know.
So I don't know about that either. And then Plessinger said he's signed for next year.
Barsha's
Barsha's not.
Barsha's going overseas.
I mean, you would have to think.
I think he's going overseas, especially with talking about with his wife. They want to go to Europe after he's done anyway.
Move to England. So
I don't know. He could probably stir up some shit over there. Maybe he'd get his ass kicked.
It'd be interesting to see how does he do versus how Villa did.
Or maybe he does do better. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe
he just needs a change.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay, so Shane gets it done. Title, championship. Frenchie wins the title
with
too.
a crash.
Yeah. So those two repeat. Great deal.
It's kind of what we thought.
Which was, I mean, there was not a lot of doubt that those two were going to repeat.
When is the last time... I'm yawning all day today.
Yeah, you're like me.
When is the last time the 1Es went back-to-back and the 1Ws went back-to-back?
It's been like over 20 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was that brought up?
I heard it in one of the shows, like the Moto 60 on not Thursday, on Saturday, whatever. Anyway, one of the shows, they talked about that. It was like 20 years since that's happened.
Yeah.
But they said, like, dude, it's not very often that a guy wins a title, gets to repeat on the same coast, and then they actually do repeat. They don't move up. Like, there's just way too many. It's an interesting thing, but it's not really like a stat or a topic or anything. So, okay. So I mean, that was pretty much the 250.
Pretty much, yeah.
That was solid. Shout out to our boy Kevin Moran's, our sponsored rider.
Made a couple mains.
He made several mains. Yesterday it looked like he was just a little. I mean, I don't know. I can see the times on the boards, and I haven't texted him to ask, but. A little off and just wasn't a great day for him, but I mean, hey.
Look at some of the talent that didn't even make the main.
Yeah, so, all right, so we're going outdoors in like 4 weeks. We will have an outdoor preview show.
Maybe Justin will show up. Maybe you won't.
Wait. One more thing I want to bring up.
Ooh.
Have you heard this whole thing about who's the guy that owns the Rockstar Husky team?
Bobby Hewitt.
Bobby Hewitt? Yeah.
What'd you say, Billy Ray? Bobby Ray? Bobby Hewitt, dude.
Whatever. Anyway, do you hear that he's not with the team anymore? Yeah. So they keep bringing this up. He is not with them anymore. And nobody's saying anything. No one knows.
Like why?
Why or where or anything in the media. And they asked Zach, like, I don't know, a few rounds ago. And Zach just basically said, well, he's in an undisclosed location. But it's an interesting thing. Like, look into that when you get home, because I kept meaning to bring it up on the show here when you guys were here. No one knows.
Does he have COVID?
No, not that anyone's aware of. It's just he's not with Husky anymore.
Well, what are they gonna gas him?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. It's a weird thing.
That is very weird.
Super weird. That he just like the manager / owner of the team just disappears and is not there anymore, and no one says anything or talks about it or anything. So
maybe he went to jail.
I don't know. Anyway, that was the only thing.
Okay, good closer.
Okay, yeah, great. Anyway, so there's been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings and Durango Guitar Works. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back probably the week before the outdoor opener, which is July 18th.
Ironman, right in our backyard.
Ironman, right in our backyard.
4 hours.
Close enough. Anyway, well, what?
I'm going.
Are you?
Never
I'm
been.
thinking about it. I'm trying to wait and see though if
We're
there's going to
thinking
be a
about going to
Redbud
the
race
too.
If there's going to be a Redbud race, I don't really want to drive all the way down there. But if there's not going to be a Redbud race, I kind of want to go because I don't want to not see.
I mean, that's a given.
I don't know. Whittler over there is not letting us do. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Follow us on all the major social media networks. Share everything. And like I said, make sure to also sign up for Pulp Fantasy there, because 2021 we're going to have some big things. And if you did finish in the top 3 here for this one, email me, the Moto Aftermath Show at gmail.com, and I will get your prizes out to you. And this has been it. We will
season 4
Supercross,
season in the books.
and now we're on to outdoors for at least 2 rounds so far.